There's this what I call the razzle dazzle, where you present it with all these things. There's mutual funds, there's stocks, bonds, and these terms. There's, exchange traded funds, mutual funds. So if you are struggling to save money today, then I can pretty much tell you there are 4 lies that are stopping you from saving money today. And we're going to go over those lies in this video today and break those down for you. 4 lies that are stopping you from saving today. And so if you're looking to escape from that kind of life with that struggle, and you want to find a realistic and efficient way to start saving money, to make sure you tune into this video, because I have some tools that are literally going to change your life, because I understand how it is. I used to be that guy where I was living paycheck to paycheck, and I kind of grew up in that environment. My mom and dad were the same way. They were both very hardworking people, blue collar jobs, and they did a good job at keeping a house over their head. But there was situations where if there was an unexpected expense, they had no way to pay for it. They kind of had to beg, borrow, and steal. And I'm sure a lot of you are in that same exact situation. Like, you're walking around like a stress ball because every time you go and sit in your car to go somewhere, you're praying that it doesn't break down, because you know that you do not have any money to put into it if something was to happen, right? Or you're living life and you're just praying that your health stays good, and there's no unexpected health expenses, because to go to the hospital or incur a medical bill, then that's going to bankrupt you. And I know how it feels, right? We kind of tend to sometimes play that game where your income isn't matching up with your expenses, and so you play that game which I call robbing Peter to pay Paul, which means that every month you're working at your bills and you're saying, hey, electricity will be paid this month, and next month I'll pay the water bill because I don't have enough money to pay both. And you're doing that dance, and what happens is that you're sitting on the edge of your seat, you're in fear every time something happens, and one day the electricity goes out and you're in the back of your mind saying, did I pay the electric bill? Are they cutting me off because of non-payment? Or is there just a problem and there's the electrical outage? And so that stress is brutal. I get it. There was a time in my journey where the kids and I would go out and we just, go have fun or whatever. We had cell phones, and we would get to an area that didn't have good cell phone coverage. Not really knowing it, we would go to get on our phones and we couldn't make a call. And you could tell the fear in their face every time that happened. They would look up at me like, hey, did you pay the bill? And because they knew it, Mom and I were doing that dance, right? We were doing that struggle and kind of flipping things here and there to make sure we end meet. But I got to tell you that you do not have to live this way. There is a way out of it, regardless of what your income is, regardless of what your bills look like. It's called savings and investing. And I'm going to tell you how you can do it. Yes, even you can do it, and you can start today. I spent 10 years of my life in the financial services industry trying to figure out this one problem, because growing up I knew there had to be a better way. And so I purposely sought out to learn this by getting a job in the financial services industry. And over that course of time, I spent a lot of time with folks on all ends of the spectrum, different levels of financial experiences and savvy. And I come to realize that there's one thing when it comes to savings. The things that are preventing us from saving really boil down to 4 lies that we either buy into or that we tell ourselves. And so let's get into the details. The first lie that we tell ourselves, and this is probably the most common, is that we can't afford it. I know how it is. You're looking at your bills and your income just doesn't match up with the amount that you're spending, and so you say, I just can't afford to put anything to savings. And I can tell you that's a lie, and the reason why that's a lie is I can tell you if there's something else that you wanted that's going to give you some immediate gratification, oftentimes you're going to find a way to accumulate that thing, right? Whether it's a pair of sneakers that you're looking for, it's that food that you want, that takeout, that coffee. Regardless, maybe you're somebody who's looking to skill up and you're investing in yourself, so you go buy some books or some digital products. Regardless of what it is, there are those things, those toys, those fancy new objects that we all like and that we find a way to buy if we really find the desire to do it. And so it's a mindset shift that you have to want to save. You have to put it in your mind that this is important to me and that I can find a way to do it. I'm going to tell you how to do that later on in the video. The second lie that we tell ourselves is that we're just not smart enough or savvy enough to know how to do it. And we get caught up because there's this what I call the razzle dazzle, where you present it with all these things. There's mutual funds, there's stocks, bonds, and these terms. There's, exchange traded funds, mutual funds, there's options, there's Forex. Oh my goodness, what are you going to do now? There's cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin and NFTs. What are all these things? At the end of the day, they're all just fluff. Forget about it all. Don't concern yourself with any of that. That's all advanced stuff. They're just shiny toys for people that are sophisticated in the market and they have some extra money to play around with. Those are things that you can do. You are smart enough to do this because it's as simple as going onto your phone, opening an account, and clicking a button. You don't have to be, it's not rocket science that we're doing here, guys. You're simply buying, you're taking some money and you're buying something you do every day. Whether you go on Amazon and buy something, you go to Walmart and buy something, you buy things with money. This is exactly the same thing. Don't concern yourselves. Don't get caught up in all the hoopla and the razzle dazzle. The third lie that we tell ourselves is that you have to be rich in order to invest. And I get it. There was a period of time, and that's maybe like a relic from the 70s, where there was a time where it was hard to do and you had to know somebody, and so you had to have some type of finances. You pretty much had to be rich to be in that network to know people that are going to do it for you. But that's no longer the case. Anybody can do it today. It's very simple because the tools and the technology that's available is right at your fingertips. Anybody with a smartphone can get investing, and you can get it started with as little as $1. Matter of fact, I'm even going to show you a way, if you stick around, on how you can get started for pretty much free, because I'm going to give you a link, and if you click on that link, you're going to get some money, I'm going to get some money, and we'll be on our way. You can take that money and start your investment journey. The fourth thing that we tell ourselves, the fourth lie that we tell ourselves, is that you don't believe in investing because you think it's gambling. And oftentimes there's a confusion where investing is looked at as gambling, and that's just totally not true, because let's look at it. Gambling is built in a way, it's an all or nothing game. You go in with some money, you're either going to walk out by winning something, a lot of money, or you're going to walk out broke, and that's it. Investing is systematic and is designed for you to put your money in, and over the course of time that's going to grow and gain interest. There's even things that you can invest in that have no risk at all. It's going to be a lower rate of return, but you are going to get a set percentage of return on your money. And as you put more money in, that interest compounds over time. You'll be surprised. So forget that. It's not gambling. There is no risk to it in certain situations. You can put your money in and be sure that you're going to get that same money out. So those are the 4 lies that we tell ourselves that are stopping us from investing. So once we realize that these are lies, then we can actually, start doing something about it. We can start making those conscious decisions to start making the steps that we need to do it. And I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do that. The easiest way to get started is to simply open an account today. I'm even going to put a link here in the description for Cash App and Stash. Those are the 2 that are real simple for you to get started. Open an account and you'll be able to open an investment account to get started. Most of you probably already have Cash App already. So if you're looking at your Cash App, probably look at where your balance is, and sometimes yes, it'll say 0, or maybe in some situations it's a negative balance. I feel you, right? Hello, who's out there? I know, I'm feeling you with the negative balance, but you look at your balance, right underneath that there's an option, start investing today. It's going to walk you through it. It's very simple. I can guarantee you can do it and get started today. So once you get that account opened, the second thing that you're going to do is you link that to your existing bank account and you pick something to invest in. Don't get caught up with the razzle dazzle. It's not that serious, guys. It's not rocket science. You're going to pick something. Either there's called an exchange traded fund, which is a group of stocks. Find one in an industry that you think is hot, something that interests you, put your money there. And if you don't know nothing else, go with the S&P 500 index. It's an index that consists of 500 of the largest companies. You can't go wrong. There's no way 500 companies are going to go out of business, right? I'll even put the ticker symbols here in the description for you, so you don't even have to guess what you're buying. You can make sure that you can buy the S&P. So just pick something and put your money into it. And then what you're going to do there is that you are going to automate those contributions, because it's a mental thing. There's fear every time you go to buy stock that I'm going to put something in, and you have to consciously make that decision. And there's other things that you want to use your money for. There's certain bills. And so mentally you're thinking to yourself, I just can't do it right now because this $10 I can use for something else. This is gas for my car for the next couple of days, or in today's situation, maybe it's just, enough gas to get you through the next day. But if you automate it, you no longer take that out of it. Just take that out. You no longer have to worry about it every time. It's just that one time where you face that fear. Get over it, set it up, and then it's going to be done for you automatically. The last thing I'm going to tell you, forget about it. Once you start, just forget about it. You're going to hear all kinds of things on the news. Stock market down, stock market with massive gains. We're in this worst recession. It's a depression. Inflation is off the roof. Forget about all that. That's all just, banter back and forth. At the end of the day, it's irrelevant to you because you're not worried about what's happening today. You're investing for the long term. So 10 years, 20 years from now, you're going to have yourself a nice nest egg. History has shown that over time, there's going to be dips and valleys, but those dips and valleys eventually are going to go up and up and up. And so your money is going to increase over time. So don't worry about what's going on today. Stay on track, focused on just making sure you get in the habit of putting some money into it. Every time you get paid, some money should go into your savings or your investment account. And that should be easy enough for everybody. Now, if you're employed, I have two other tips for you. If you're employed, check with your company, see if they offer you a 401k plan. A 401k plan is simply a way that your company is going to help you save for retirement by taking a portion of the money that you make every week and putting that automatically into a mutual fund for you. Now, different companies are going to have different plans and different ways that you can do that and different contribution limits, but ultimately it's money that they're going to take out before they decide what is your taxable amount. So it's pre-tax money that goes automatically, so you never even see it. When you get your paycheck at the end of the week, it's already going to have that money removed and deducted. It's simple. And what's great about it, as an additional bonus, in most cases the company is going to offer you free money on top of that. Yes, they're going to give you free money because they are going to match your contribution up to a certain percentage. So if you say I'll invest 3% of my salary, then the company is say, okay, I'm going to put 3% of your salary, but we're also going to put another 3% in. So even if that is doing nothing, even if that money is just sitting in a random account not earning any interest, you automatically double that investment simply because your company is matching that. Now, every company is going to have different limits and how much they match. Make sure you understand what it is. You can talk to somebody in their HR department. They'll be happy to go over that with you. Maximize what they are willing to match, because then you are doubling your money automatically. And the second thing for the employed people, in a way that you can get free money, is if you have a healthcare plan with a high deductible, there's a thing called a healthcare savings account. This is, again, an account that your company is going to say, I'm going to take money that you make pre-tax, and we are automatically going to put that into an account for you, and that account is going to accumulate interest over time, and that money can be taken out if there is a medical need for that money. What's great about that in most cases is that your company will also contribute to that as well. So again, free money on top of your salary is not included in your salary, but it's additional money that your company is willing to do to invest in your health, to make sure you're healthy enough to come to work, and that money then accumulates over time. And what's fantastic about it is that now you no longer have that worry about if something happens to you medically where you have the money to pay for it, because you do. But if it never happens, if you never need to use it, there's no medical expenses, then the good thing is you get to take that money out when you retire, and it accumulates tax-free over the years. You'll be surprised on how much that can grow over the course of the time. So obviously there's some more information. I'll put a link here in the description on a video that kind of explains that further. Keep in mind that both the 401k and the HSA are designed as savings retirement vehicles, and so there are costs if you're trying to get to your money before you retire or before there is a medically necessary need for that. So make sure you understand that they deter you from taking money out. Is designed to help you keep that money in for the long term. So those are two ways that you can receive free money if you are employed. So, understand that savings is a mindset. We have to push back on the lies, and we have to make a decision to do it, to move forward. We don't have to wait till it's too late. You'll find that once you start, that you'll never miss the money because it's coming out before your paycheck. So mentally, when you're doing your budget, you're going to budget the amount that they're actually giving to you each week, or the amount that you're going to take, account for how much is going into your savings account. You just budget around that. If you need help budgeting, I do have a template that's available on Airtable that will actually help you itemize your budget each month, and you can break that down and makes it real easy. Guys, this is real easy for you. I'm going to keep it as simple as possible because I want you to succeed. I want you to be able to save money, right? If we prioritize saving and investing, then our mind is going to shift and is going to prioritize that. So you'll see over time that when this becomes a habit and you develop those good habits, then your mind is going to shift. No longer do you have to be scared when you're getting up to go to work and whether your car is going to break down on you, right? You'll see that when something happens and your electricity goes off, you're not in the back of your mind thinking that it's because of you, but that there's a problem. And so the stress that's removed from your life is amazing, guys. We all kind of have these situations. I don't know what your situation is, right? Maybe you're somebody who's looking to invest in themselves and learn some new skills. You'll find that you have the ability to take those vacations, to invest in your children, to invest with your loved ones, whatever it is, whatever that thing is for you. By saving that money, you're going to have that freedom of the mind to go ahead and dig into the bigger things, the more meaningful things in life. And my hope for you is that you are able to start saving today. I designed this channel specifically to help people improve their life and their business and give you tips and tools. And this is one of those tips that will dramatically improve your life. No doubt about it. If you get in a habit of saving money and you have the peace of mind that you have something, then your life is going to be improved. I hope I accomplished that with you today. I hope this motivates you, gives you some tools and tips to do that. I'm sure that if you do this, you'll see the benefit. And if you enjoyed this, if this gave you any value, if I helped convince you today to start saving, then just make sure you hit that like button so that we can get this content out to more people and help them with their life journey. And if you're somebody who's looking for other tips and resources on how you can skill up and improve your life and your business with other aspects of life, then make sure you subscribe to this channel so you'll get updates when I come up with new topics on how you can do this. And like I always say, guys, I'm in this journey with you. You have nothing to lose. This is totally free for you to subscribe to the channel. There's no risk in it. So just go ahead and subscribe to the channel and ride with me on your journey. I am your boy Paul. It has been my honor, my pleasure to share my journey with you. And hopefully you'll have confidence to share your journey with us. Take care, guys.